Cars Channel News and Review Car.
(2017) Holden Trax LTZ Review. The 2017 Holden Trax gets a number of worthy upgrades that make it a better alternative to Mazda's CX-3 and Honda's HR-V than ever before. The Holden Trax has long been a bit player in the vibrant small SUV market. Despite strong growth last year on the back of sharp deals, sales continue to pale in comparison to the Mazda CX-3, Mitsubishi ASX, Honda HR-V, Nissan Qashqai and Subaru 15. But that doesn't mean the Holden, first launched in 2013, has lacked merit. We lived with one for a few months in 2015 and came to enjoy its nimble, Australian-tuned dynamics and faux tough guy styling, two things that generally get the attention of younger buyers in particular. Now the Trax's 2017 upgrade is here in Australia, indeed sitting in our garage, bringing with it some new technology and infotainment, more specification, and significantly overhauled design both outside and in. The mission is clearly to get this baby Holden onto more shortlists. The revised MY17 iteration certainly makes a strong first impression. The slightly awkward upright nose on the old car has been replaced by a sharp two-piece grille, sleeker headlights with standard LED daytime running lights, DRLs, and a new bumper. With its flared guards and good proportions, it's a handsome little runabout. The cabin layout is also much better than before, more resolved and less of a mishmash. The new trims are made to a higher standard and screwed together relatively well by the South Korean factory. The LTZ's contrast-stitched fake leather seats and padded trim panels feel quite high-grade. The design of the fascia is reminiscent of the impressive new European Astra 5-door, with a clean layout dominated by a new 7.0-inch screen with Holden's familiar MyLink infotainment, Siri-based voice control, and now Apple CarPlay and Android Auto capability. The CX-3, HR-V and Qashqai don't have that, though the ASX and Suzuki Vitara do. There's also ample storage for phones and other odds and ends, including multiple door pockets and sizable cup holders, though there's no center console, just a folding driver's armrest on middle-grade and top-spec versions. There's also a sunglasses holder above the driver's head, watch out, dollar drivers, and a storage tray under the front passenger seat. The old Trax's cabin felt like it was built down to a price, a cheap one at that, whereas the MY17 fights with better members of the class for presentation and quality. Commendations are due for the upgrade, as much as a kicking is due for what GM mustered before now. The Trax's standard equipment list has been updated and improved as well. The base LS kicks off at $23,990 plus on-road costs, unchanged, though the MY16 was always discounted in reality, and has key features such as the 7.0-inch screen with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Bluetooth USB connections, a reversing camera with sensors, cruise control and a leather steering wheel. Outside are new DRLs and 16-inch alloy wheels that mean even the base car looks sharpish. Note, this $23,990 price is for the manual gearbox version with the inferior 1.8-liter normally aspirated engine option. Unlike the old version, the base LS can now also be had with the better 1.4-liter turbo petrol engine matched exclusively to a 6-speed auto, for $26,490, or $1,500 more than an equivalent auto Honda HR-V. The new mid-range LT with standard 1.4 engine and auto occupies the spot where the MY16 LTZ sat, at $28,890, and adds extras such as cloth, fake leather trim, a sunroof, fog lights, looking at you, James, the driver's armrest already mentioned, push-button start and passive entry system, and DAB plus digital radio. You also get Tracy 18-inch alloy wheels. Finally, The new LTZ climbs $1,600 over the old one, which is now basically the LT, to $30,490 and adds fake leather seats, sport tech in Holden parlance, with heating for front occupants, rain-sensing wipers, LED tail lights, TFT driver's instruments with digital speedo, and both blind spot monitoring and rear cross-traffic alert safety system. There's still no climate control or sat-nav though. The blue car you see in the images, and which we spent some time driving, is this LTZ spec, which lines up price-wise between the HR-V TS and TL, or the CX-3S Touring and Akari grades. Finally, the base red and white exterior paint colors are free, but you have to fork out an extra $550 for bright blue, metallic black, silver, range or the neatly named son of a gun gray. Befitting the Trax's SUV positioning, the driving position is higher than an average light hatchback, affording you slightly better visibility and ease of entry. The cabin ergonomics are great as well, with the exception of the steering wheel that's a little oversized to our hands. So far, so good. But where the Trax doesn't match the Honda or a Nissan is cabin space, though in its defense its sub 4.3 meter dimensions make it one of the smaller players in the market, about on a par with the Mazda. Rear legroom is acceptable for adults, though the sunroof eats a little headroom, and you get your own flip-down cup holders, door pockets, electric windows that go all the way down, and even a novel 230 volts power point. There are ISOFIX points for a child seat, and full curtain and side protecting airbags for both rows, plus dual fronts. There are no rear air vents. Boot space is 356 liters, 24 less than a Volkswagen Golf's, while the rear seats fold 60 hours 40 minutes for longer items. However, the process of sliding the front seats forward, pulling up the rear seat bases, folding the seat backs down, is less efficient and clever than most rivals, the Honda's Magic Seats coming to mind more than any. Still, as the top-selling Mazda CX-3 has shown us, you need not have the most cabin space to appeal to buyers. Holden's 1.4-liter turbocharged drivetrain, now available across all versions with a 6-speed auto, retains its 103 kilowatts/200 Newton-meters outputs, the latter at a low 1,850 revolutions per minute, giving you ample urban tractability. The engine also offers good refinement higher up the rev band, and the small turbo and 6-speed auto minimize lag. It's a lovely drivetrain for the class that tugs along the Trax's 1,390 kilograms tare mass easily enough, in a relaxed fashion. We got close to the manufacturer-claimed fuel consumption of 6.9 liters/100 kilometers on the combined cycle, managing 8.1 liters/100 kilometers with a mixture of peak hour, highway and dynamic country loops. Holden recommends fuel grade of 95 Romanian lei or higher, however. The base 1.8 engine, 103 kilowatts/175 Newton-meters, is almost irrelevant, because it only comes with a 5-speed manual gearbox on the LS, and people in this segment have voted with their feet overwhelmingly for autos. They also generally want front-wheel drive, not all-wheel drive, which is why it's standard on the Trax. That said, some rivals can be optioned with AWD, including the CX-3 and ASX, though others such as the Qashqai and HR-V cannot. The Subaru 15 is AWD only, but that's the brand's staple. Regardless, grip from the Trax LTZ's quality Continental tires is ample, and the engine hardly overcomes the front wheels. It's all about clearance in this market, not actual off-roadability, though the Trax gets a decent control system that moderates speed on declines for the ambitious. The MY17 update carries over the Australian-developed suspension tune from the old model, and that's a good thing. The soft springs are offset by well-controlled damping that irons out the roughness from sharp inputs, and helps the ride stay quite supple without body control becoming overly compromised by roll or wallow. Tire and wind noise is very well suppressed too. It's not as darty as a CX-3 or Vitara, but it's more cushy. The electric-assisted steering is also sharp from center, making the tracks feel pleasantly nimble and eager to turn in, while it keeps any vibrations from the axle at bay, even over cobblestones or ungraded trails. Dynamically, the tracks gets the tick, on roads and also on gravel. That local work pays off. From an ownership perspective, you get a modest 3-year/100,000 kilometers warranty with roadside assist, though you get the benefit of Holden's sizable dealer network. Servicing costs are publicly available. At present rates, your first 4 visits, at intervals of 12 months and 15,000 kilometers, are $229 a pop, which is very affordable. Old Holden's MY17 updates are worthy. The Trax still isn't the most practical small SUV, hello HRV, but nor is it the least. And now that you get the 1.4 turbo engine across more variants, it's a proposition that should sell better than before. Furthermore, if you can stretch to the Trax LTZ with its excellent blind spot monitoring system and more, it's a good bet, though the lower grades also both offer a neat package that's cheap to run, fitted with lots of modern tech, and drives with poise and comfort. For another opinion, check out our quick spin of the Chevrolet version from the United States published a few weeks ago.